The sight of William Ruto sharing space with Ida Odinga at the 19th Ambassador Conference in Nairobi is a kind of political moment that make Kenyans pause mid-chai sip and say, hii si ile siasa tulikuwa tunaona campaign time. You see, in Kenya, when political rivers meet unexpectedly, wananchi don't just watch, they interpret suspiciously. I want us to unpack this moment with practical wisdom and some bit of humor. African elders were not wrong when they said, when two elephants meet peacefully, the grass breathes easier. Symbolically, seeing the president interact cordially with Ida Odinga sent a message of political temperature cooling, especially considering the historical rivalry between the two political camps. It is like when two rival chairmen in a chama finally sit at the same table without adjusting their chairs away from each other. Members immediately relax and begin contributing again. Elders were not wrong when they said that the drum that sounds in the palace is heard in the village. An ambassadors conference is not just about foreign policy. It is also about domestic optics for international observers. Foreign diplomats watching such interactions often interpret them as stability signals, as cooperation signals, or at least reduced political thunderstorm probability. It is like when two parents stop arguing loudly when visitors arrive. The visitors conclude that the home is peaceful, even if earlier there was plate-shaking activity in the kitchen. In Kenyan politics, spouses of major leaders sometimes act like thermometers of political climate. African elders were not wrong when they said that a mother's footsteps can calm a noisy compound. You see, the presence of Ida Odinga alongside the president may quietly communicate that dialogue continues somewhere, that bridges are not fully burned, that tea is still being served across political fences. You see, if two rival neighbors stop greeting each other, but their spouses still exchange salt and onions, reconciliation is already cooking slowly. Ambassadors attending such conferences are always listening for one key message. Is the country politically stable enough for investment and cooperation? Elders were not wrong when they said that a canoe does not move forward if each person pedals in a different direction. Seeing leaders from historically competing camps in the same diplomatic space reassures outsiders that Kenya is still pedaling roughly in one direction. Even if some paddlers occasionally splash water at each other. It is like border riders forming a queue peacefully at a stage after months of fighting. Passengers suddenly feel safe boarding the border again. African elders were not wrong when they said that the chameleon changes color, but it does not change its heart. Now wananchi begin asking interesting questions. Is this unity optics? Is this diplomatic courtesy? Is this political warming? Or is this the beginning of another famous Kenyan handshake style chapter? Because in Kenya, whenever political rivals appear relaxed together, citizens automatically start charging their speculation batteries. African elders were not wrong when they said that even warriors lower their spears at the market. An ambassadors conference is exactly that kind of market, a global diplomatic marketplace. Here, leaders tend to smile more, they tend to disagree less loudly, and they tend to shake hands longer than usual. It is like classmates who quarrel daily but behave like choir members when the lecturer enters the room. Most Kenyans watching such moments conclude something is cooking. We just don't know yet whether it is tea, whether it is ugali, or whether it is political pilau. Elders were not wrong when they said that when the cooking pot moves slightly, know that something inside is boiling. Whether this meeting signals diplomacy, whether this meeting signals unity building, whether this meeting signals strategy or simple protocol courtesy, one thing is certain in Kenyan politics: no handshake is ever just a handshake, especially when ambassadors are watching. My name is Biketi, and watch out for the next analysis.